up, my little tattletales? Well, if you are TJ Holmes and Amy Robach, baby, you are not having a good morning, whether you're in America or anywhere else. Shut up. In honor of their corny love, I'm doing corny announcement. What am I talking about? No, TJ Holmes really forgot what country he's from. TJ Holmes really forgot like who his audience is. TJ Holmes and everybody at Good Morning America appeals to the minivan majority. That is the Midwest. You know, it's the one that believe in family values and wholesomeness. Listen, I know they thought it was cool, thinking they were going to slip and slide and dip and dive and do all that stuff and then walk in and collect their $1 million check. Listen, Good Morning America snatched the ratings because they were getting a lot of ratings. But apparently they were getting a lot of people saying this is, how the hell when most of your viewers are in the Bible Belt? Are you doing some Sodom and Gomorrah stuff with your coworker? Now, don't get me wrong. ABC was down with it. If you don't know where I'm going, they didn't show up to work today. It looks like one of them, if not both, are going to get fired. ABC maybe said, all right, so y'all slipping and sliding. Okay, maybe y'all. But then it came out over the weekend that TJ was slinging that thing all over the studio. He literally was having an affair with a Good Morning America producer who was also a good friend of Amy, or as some of y'all said, TJ's wife and Miss Singh, that's his mistress number one, thought they were good friends with Amy. Amy was like a lover to one, a friend to no one. Amy didn't think they were good friends. Anyway, they are literally talking about them getting fired. It looks like they're about to lose their jobs. Now, let me take you really quick through all the messy that was happening. There was Miss Singh, there was TJ's wife, there was TJ, there was Amy, and there was Amy's husband. There's 5 people. It's Amy and her husband, right? Amy and her husband used to double date with TJ and their wife. Amy's daughter babysits TJ's kids with his wife. When TJ was having an affair with the Good Morning America producer, 3-year affair, who was Amy's really good friend, Amy was consoling the wife, and Amy was also consoling the other woman. Meanwhile, I don't know, it sounds like she was getting a little extra helping of TJ. Listen, it was messy, it was crazy, it was woo. Anyway, get this. TJ and Amy taken off the air on Good Morning America 3 after relationship goes public. Now, I don't want to bring up some stuff, but remember Will Smith had that whole Oscar thing, and TJ got on Good Morning America, and y'all can say he had to read from a script. Baby, he said that stuff from his chest a cappella, and he literally told us that Will Smith embarrassed all the black cameramen, this and that, basically said he was ashamed to his race. And I was looking at him and was like, okay, TJ. Well, it looks like, are we going to say the same thing to TJ? TJ, did you embarrass all the cameramen on did you embarrass all the black people that work for Good Morning America? Are you ashamed to your race, especially considering you turned into a walking, talking stereotype? TJ probably gets dressed in the morning talking about, don't leave the girl around me, true player for real, ex Puff Daddy. Yes, that's the way TJ dances, because I refuse to believe that TJ be catching the beat. He just don't look like he catches the beat. Anyway, right? And as someone that doesn't catch the beat, I know when I see one, like saying recognizes saying. Anyway, they said TJ and Amy are taken off the air on Good Morning America 3 after relationship goes public. Woo! And get this, they were only made aware of this decision this morning. So they literally woke up, washed the good loving off their skin, probably took a shower together. He was conditioning her hair. She was washing his back, and they were like, it feels so free to be out in the open. Yeah, but probably one of them knowing, because you know how it is when people cheat. I think, right? I'm not a cheater. I wouldn't know, but it seems like they get off on the sneaking around, and as soon as it becomes permanent, they break up 2 years later because now y'all not sneaking around anymore. You know what I'm saying? But I know they were like, it's the best day ever, and walked into that studio and was like, is your badge working? No, is your badge working? And it was just a mess. Anyway, they said the hunters over at ABC News had made the decision to take Amy Robach and TJ Holmes off the air, calling the couple's relationship a distraction with next steps to be sorted out by execs. Sources at ABC tell TMZ, so you know it's real. The ABC News president, Kim Godwin, was TJ slinging that thing in the executive office too? She was like, wait, what? I thought, oh, it's the next one. I'm joking. Amy Godwin made the announcement during the editorial call Monday morning, calling the situation an internal and external distraction. It had turned into a circus, and the way they were rolling around with no remorse, dude. And the thing is, I get it. Both of them seem like they're narcissists. Both of them seem like they're getting high on their own supply. But the fact that you walked into work after one of the biggest scandals, and you know the big scandals hit at the end of the year, that rocked a whole show, and you're walking into work talking about, we have nothing to be ashamed about, right, TJ? Man, anyway. They said, Kim also said the decision wasn't easy and not a violation of company policy. She added, and so I want to say that while that relationship is not a violation of company policy, I've really taken the last few days to think about and work through what I think is best for the ABC News organization. That's the things people don't realize. It doesn't have to be like a human resource violation. You don't got to be sitting there like with your lawyer to the side, like, did you touch her? I touched her. Did she like it? No, I don't want it. You know, it doesn't have to be one of those things. It can really be something as simple as, we get viewers by doing A, B, and C. Excuse the allegory. If you distract from our mission, if your relationship becomes bigger than the show, as a creative director, you can move things in the next direction. I don't want the show to be focused on this because I think it's doing harm to the brand of the show. That's fine for you guys to be loved up and hugged up and like playing like duck duck goose in the coffee room, and you know every people walk in to use a copy and they're just like, oh my god, you guys, would you get a room? That's fine, but you can't actually say, we just don't want this type of publicity around the show. It's that simple, right? She continued, this is something we're not going to talk about on this call until there is more to be said. I'm asking that we stop whispering in the hallways. You know, we can't operate with gossip and speculation and rumors. We need to stay focused on work. Adding, if you think there's something that management needs to know, you can always call HR, or as I've said, talk to a manager that you trust if you think there's something we need to know. Now, pause. What is the odds that TJ, right? He got that dog in him. What's the odds that TJ is only talking to Amy? And what's the odds that Amy is only talking to TJ? What if this scandal is bigger than we think? And they're looking at two people that literally, while they're laying in bed, being like, guess what? I slept with Rob in the mailroom. And TJ's like, joke's on you. I slept with Rob too. I'm joking. But seriously, what if they have a hit list and they're sitting there laid up and they're just like, yeah, well, I slept with the third floor. Well, I slept with the fourth floor. Honestly, they were turning that whole thing into their own little Hunger Games or Squid Games, but with condoms. Anyway, they say the decision comes less than a week after the public found out that the co-workers were dating. Daily Mail published a set of flirty photos of the two spending time throughout New York City and broke the news they'd been taken off air. You guys, let's not forget when he was walking by and he patted her on the butt and almost threw her into the trunk. Anyway, they said, while neither Amy or TJ said much about the relationship on air, they seemingly joked about all the attention it generated during Friday's broadcast. When TJ said he wanted the week to keep going and going, Amy said she was ready for the weekend. I remember that and being like, yo, they are certified narcissists to me. You guys live in La La Land and you really they learned anything from Kanye West? Whenever you say I'm too big to replace, whenever I said you can't do anything, you need me, is exactly when people are like, oh, I'll show you what's up. That level of arrogance, I was like, and the fact that they thought they could get away with it because they were ratings gold. Don't you realize if they fired Wendy Williams, took her show and gave it to someone else, Sherry Shepherd, which I hear the show is completely different than Wendy's, but it's doing really well. And they fire Wendy Williams, an icon, a legend. She was the moment, right? Is the moment. And they tried to give her show cut and paste, and then like literally just did all that mess. And by the end of it, she don't even have access to her money. What do you think we're going to do to you, TJ Holmes? There are plenty of guest correspondents on Good Morning American, and the wheel keeps turning. The wheel keeps turning. Do y'all remember, by the way, does anybody remember Regis Philbin? I remember when I was little, like watching Regis and Kelly, right? Apparently he'd been on with Regis and Kathy Lee. I used to watch reruns of Regis and Kathy Lee. I used to think Regis was so funny, but he was on Kathy Lee when I was little. And like, yeah, R.I.P. little homie. Now that was me. Regis never had any scandals, and he did what needed to be done. Anyway, TMZ broke the story. Sources connected to Amy and TJ told us the added attention to their lives wasn't going to make them pump the brakes on their relationship at all. The two were in a consensual relationship and both had an equal position at Good Morning America. Stephanie Ramos and Gia Benitez will replace the two on Monday. It's unclear if they'll fill the whole week. I know Stephanie and Gio woke up like, oh. Can you imagine? To be the actual anchor on Good Morning America is a huge, huge thing. Can you imagine waking up and finding out TJ and his wandering and Amy and her traveling literally scooted their way out, and now you have their job? Let me tell you something. TJ and Amy are saying that this isn't going to stop them. I call BS. Of course it's going to stop you. Not right now. Because right now you're on that high, yes. Like, I'm sure everything's sweeter and more heightened, but wait until they try to get jobs. Wait until they're not popping anymore. Let's just wait until they turn on each other. All I'm saying to TJ's wife, you better hurry up and run to get whatever you can out of that bank account, because TJ is going to be crying broke. And Amy, I don't even know what to say about Andrew's shoe. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments, and I will talk to you later. Bye.